Yeah, raised in a place where survival was a mindset. Heart full of pressure, pain I ain't processed. Learn how to move, keep my guard like a convict. Trust was a risk, love came with a cost. Yeah, seen it get dark real quick, no warning. Young boys lost, mama crying every morning.
Cannot disprove the crucifixion.
Well, Islam doesn't disprove the crucifixion. The Quran says that it was made to appear so. So if people there saw somebody get crucified, then that's what Islam is saying. It didn't say that. It's just saying that Jesus is not the one that got crucified.
Okay, sweet. So that's obviously in reference to chapter 5, verse 147 of the Quran that says, where Allah say He has made it appear to be so.
Correct.
It's interesting for me how that specific verse plays out almost as if it is a substitution that is taking place, right? And in terms of what the Quran say, the Quran does not necessarily say that the crucifixion never happened. It says that there was someone who was in the image of Jesus, and that particular person was then crucified.
So my understanding is that it doesn't specifically say that. It says that it was made to appear so. So, if there was someone else in his place on the cross who got crucified instead, it doesn't go into those details. And I believe the reason it doesn't go into those details is because it's actually not that important. What's important from the message of the Quran is that God didn't allow the Jews at the time, by the hands of the Romans, to crucify his prophet. That's what's important. So he raised him up to him, not allowing him to be, on the nakedness of the cross in front of all those people, to be humiliated. So it doesn't go into those exact details of what you said, who it was or why. It's just because it's got more important things to talk about. So it makes that statement and it moves on.
You're absolutely correct when you say that. But when we read the verse, that the verse actually explains that there was a crucifixion, but the crucifixion, the one who was crucified was just not Jesus of Nazareth that was crucified, because Islam believed that Jesus is a prophet and Allah will not harm his prophets. But if you look a little bit closer, particularly to the tafsir of Ibn Abbas and Ibn Kathir, you have no choice but to understand that the crucifixion of someone actually happened.
Which is fair enough. I'm not disputing that. So what's your point if somebody else did get crucified?
Here's my point. Muslims believe that Jesus is a Muslim, right? This is what Muslims generally believe, that Jesus is a Muslim. The Quran also makes it abundantly clear that the disciples of Jesus was also Muslim, because they will fight in the way of Allah. Meaning is that if Jesus was a Muslim, his disciples was also Muslim. Ibn Kathir makes a statement that the young man that was with Jesus, Allah has laid the image of Jesus on this particular young man. My concern, or my general concern, is, did Allah allow a Muslim to be crucified in the place of Jesus?
So referring to Abu Kathir is his interpretation of that, which obviously some scholars agree with and some don't.